NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Watch the screen!
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. To throw is Darnold. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20 because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24,
All right, now,
28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Robert Quinn able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. Now to try the Jets field goal, Cairo Santos. This a 43-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
On the return comes Drake. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Detroit.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Charles Harris in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Lucky 56.
Darnold from the gun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That's going to be caught. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. On the return comes Drake. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On the right side open is Gesicki. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Gun! 3 down. Hey, check. Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Sanders' kick is good, and they are on the board. It's now 9-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. New York set to take the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at their 35-yard line. A first down throw, Darnold. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Detroit! Hey, Detroit!
On second and 10, Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's third and 3. A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. first down, Darnold. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Let's get it.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Darnold finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. 5-2 is the mic. Mike 5-2.
Faking the give, Darnold. A bullet throw, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And an alley to run. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
and you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Darnold. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Darnold. That's caught by Treadwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gun! 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 Hot! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd down and 10. Darnold throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Anunwa, the intended target. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And over the middle, this is Parker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And Stills over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to success.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Jets have recovered.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy. Gun! Gun! Double tight, guys, double tight. That boy's got 4.
Darnold from the gun. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. On the return comes Drake. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
4 down, 4 down. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. This is caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed. The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Don't let 89 go.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. Fighting through pressure, keeps himself upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And he's got Enunwa. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Kevin White, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for two. To throw is Darnold. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 77 yards. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Raekwon McMillan coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
On second down, Darnold letting one go deep for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Kevin White with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. Looking to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. He goes underneath to Drake. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Hey, 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 hey. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Motion, motion, motion!
They'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it would appear the Jets are going to win this football game. So out now come the Jets. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Jets on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check 52's the mic. Over. You ain't going nowhere.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game, but these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated.